Buongiorno. Guten Tag.
Good morning. Please enter your password.
Core access denied. Unable to complete transmission.
Good morning. Please enter your password. You are connected. Files accessed.
Auto-destruct sequence armed.
10, 9,
Unable to comply.
21, 5,
Unable to comply.
3, 2.
Security authorization accepted.
Good morning. Please enter your password. Files accessed. Initiating start sequence.
Full data coming on screen.
Transfer of data is complete.
The Bill Matthews Show on 98.9 FM, WGUF, Naples Talk Radio.
Want to know what's happening in Naples? That's what we're for. Keep tuned in to 98.9 FM, WGUF, Naples Talk Radio.
Good morning, friends. Rise and shine. Up and at 'em.
What? 6 o'clock already?
Yeah, man.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Did you wake me up? You get your little fanny perpendicular and get ready for school.
Will you at least get out of those pajamas?
Open your ears and close your eyes, and you will have a big surprise.
Early to bed, early to rise. Something, something, something.
Get up, 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 get up.
And now if you'll all be quiet, we'll start the show.
The Bill Matthews Show, the Bill Matthews Show, the Bill Matthews Show on Naples Talk Radio, 98.9 FM, WGUF.
Well, I pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down that eastern seaboard.
Got a box full of balance.
I got my diesel wound up and she's a-running like I never before.
It's the Democracy Express.
There's a speed on the head, well, all right. I don't see a cop in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight.
Gonna haul more for Gore, or I'm gonna push this diesel for Bush.
Drive. I'm taking little white pills and my eyes are open wide. I just passed the Jimmy in a white. I've been passing everything in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight.
They're trucking the ballots today. Loading up the truck. Gore's folks, he just wanted what? The disputed ones? Bush and his allies, what they wanted was all of them. There are some who say that Bush is trying to slow the process down. Am I keeping you awake in there, Steve Arena?
Yeah, I want to hear a good show.
For once?
Hey, we had fun yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both living like in a doghouse now, but it's a lot of fun.
Hey, you got to take chances.
Now, they're saying that this convoy might turn out to be the biggest road event since the O.J. Simpson slow-speed chase. They're going to have all sorts of company out there with them, too.
I'm the guy who's the boss on this highway, so watch what you're doing when you're driving my way. If you break the law, you'll hear from me, I know. I'm working for the state, I'm the highway patrol. On the road, hauling democracy in an 18-wheeler. Although, there are some who think that this isn't going to matter. None of this is going to matter because it's going to be a moot point. You know why? You know why, Steve? You know why?
Why?
Seminole County.
What's happening there?
Well, there's a judge up there in Seminole. I think her name's Nikki Clark. I think that's her name. Do I have that here? Hang on. I'm so well prepared for the morning show here. Nope, I don't have that. I know it's Nikki something. She was passed over by our Governor Bush for an appellate court position. And she's the one that's hearing the case up in Seminole County. She's refused to recuse.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She says that she's going to call it right down the middle. But here's the thing. Here's what the problem is. You have GOP operatives writing voter registration numbers on these applications for absentee ballots. Like the Beatles song used to go, oh, no, you can't do that. Now, Republicans are saying, well, this is common practice. It's a hyper-technicality. But this might be just the ting to get President Gore into the White House. Dimpled Chads, forget about him. You won't need him.
I don't know. Every time I hear about this stuff, I find myself shaking my head. I think my head is going to fall off if this keeps up.
We can hear that all the way in here, by the way. It's 22 minutes after 6. Our phone number is 430-CHAT, 430-2428. Other things to talk about today. Hurricane season, it's over today. What a wimp of a season.
Yeah. Every year we hear how each year is going to be the worst year.
This was supposed to be a really, really bad year for hurricanes.
Yeah. It was a bad year for hurricanes. We didn't have any.
The ice house out there at the airport. They're going to tear it down but save the roof. You heard him talking about this on ABC News, when pigs fly?
Yeah.
Okay, so this woman brings a pig on the plane because it helps her alleviate stress. A, I'd like to know what the pig's doing for her. And B, what about the rest of the passengers who paid that first-class ticket and then they got to have a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig laying there on the floor next to them? Hillary Clinton's going to write a book. Yep. Going to write a book about what it was like. It takes a village to keep me from killing my husband, I think is the working title. She's going to write a book about her side of the Lewinsky affair. That and more coming up here on the Bill Matthews Show. It's 23 minutes after 6 o'clock. WGUF Time Saver Traffic. Here's Greg Michaels.
Thanks, Bill. Well, if you want to avoid problems, go ahead and leave now. This traffic report brought to you by Sears.
People are talking about Bill Matthews.
Somebody told me that his name was Bill.
Big Bad Bill is sweet William now.
Then Bill lit a cigar and said, well, hon, what you think?
So I said, Bill, could you pull over? Keep your chin up, Billy boy. Someone loves you, Billy boy.
Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life.
He's just my Bill. He's not the type at all. You'd meet him on the street and never notice him. Bill, you're Bill. I love you so. I always will.
I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a Bill.
Yes, his name was Bill. Oh, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy? Oh, where have you been, charming Billy?
Tell him what you think. Phone lines are open now at 430-2428. That's 430-CHAT. Also, customers dial pound 2428. Cellular One users hit star 989. Those are great calls. Exercise your First Amendment rights on the Bill Matthews Show. Right here on 98.9 FM. WGUF, Naples Talk Radio.
But Lee Stranahan knows better than I do. Lee Stranahan says, I am not a journalist. Well, he says, I, Bill, am not a journalist. But he is, with his 8th grade education and his, 8 months in college, 3 of those being at a tech college. He's a journalist, and I'm not. Program director, morning talk show host at WGUF in Naples, Florida, back in 1999 and 2000. In 2001, I went to XM Satellite Radio. We'll talk more about that later. In 2004, I was the top-rated talk show, a liberal doing talk radio and programming a talk radio station in a conservative town, WHBL, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. This would be sometime in the spring of 2004.
I just can't stop teaching the kids. I got some job shadowers here with me today. Let's start with you. Lean over to the microphone there, Heather. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what school you're at and everything.
I go to Alternative.
Uh-huh.
I'm in 11th grade.
Uh-huh. You married? Kids?
No.
Okay, good. What are your plans for after high school?
I'm going to work for you guys.
All right. Hey, I like that. I like that attitude. All right, who's that in the middle there?
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Speak up, Kevin. You got to talk from down here. That's the first thing I'll teach you today. Where do you go?
Alternative.
Okay, and you want to be when you grow up? I love that. I'm sorry, what?
Radio broadcaster.
All right, well, we're going to have to work on your projection there, lad. And who's that over there next to you?
I'm Alex.
Hey, Alex. Tell us what it's alternative?
Yep.
All right, what you going to be when you're freed from the bonds of education?
Hopefully something in radio. I don't know what yet.
Same here. You know, I hope someday to be something in radio.
Someday, if only.
If only, if I just play my cards right, keep my fingers crossed.
Poker face.
And pray to the God in heaven that someday I'll be on the radio. All right, guys, they're going to be watching me all day here today. Learning by example. And I've always felt that if you can't be a good example, it's best to serve as a dire warning. So that's what I hope to be before all is said and done today, is a good dire warning to the youngins. Yesterday we were at... what if they still have the sound file for this? Yesterday we were at Washington Elementary School having a good time with the youngins, and this is kind of how that sounded. So, again, the education process continues. Who here wants to be in radio when you grow up? Raising your hand will not work. It's radio. Am I just like the best teacher ever?
Yes!
Do you wish I came and taught here every day?
Yes!
Tough, I ain't gonna. Let me do a little informal poll, all right? We got the presidential election coming up in November. If you like President Bush, say yo.
Yo!
If you like John Kerry, say yo.
Yo!
Seemed pretty even to me. You know what? That's a microcosm of the nation. You see the big transmitter up there, the big antenna?
Yeah.
That connects us back to the radio station. And like I said earlier to the guys who heard this joke already, but laugh anyway like you haven't heard it, okay? It's a microwave antenna, but you can't cook hot dogs on it. I told that joke over and over yesterday, and I got to laugh every time. Kids are easy. 19 and a half minutes after 11, News Radio 1330 WHBL. Again, our phone number 458-2105, toll free 800-937-WHBL. Maybe somebody can hip me to this. One of our guys, one of our on-the-street guys, one of our sales guys came into my office today and asked me what I had said recently to tick off people about Sunny Ridge. Well, there could be a whole catalog of things there, I would guess, but somebody told somebody that somebody saw somebody picketing carrying a sign that said, "Shame on WHBL." And I'm just wondering what in the HE double hockey sticks that's all about. Shame on WHBL. Why? Because we're talking about things here? You prefer things not be talked about? What? What's the deal with that? Why would somebody be carrying a sign that said, "Shame on WHBL"? Give us a holler here, especially if that was you carrying the sign. I'd like to know what's going on. 458-2105, toll free 800-937-WHBL. You can send us an email at studio@WHBL.com. Somebody was very concerned. Like, you must have said something that made somebody angry, something about throwing all the old people out and then they'd have time to picket. And I said nothing like that. And anybody who says I said something like that is either horribly misinformed or is a liar. We talked about the fact that nobody would be thrown out of the nursing home, that we had assurances that nobody would be thrown out of the nursing home. And I said, what are they going to do? Stack the elderly up like cordwood on the street corners? So somebody obviously heard that and said, Bill Schmalfeld thinks they should throw all the old people out. And that's not what was said on this show. So do your old pal Billy a favor, would you? If you're out there carrying signs that say, "Shame on WHBL," at least know what the heck you're talking about, all right? I know it's not an impediment for discussion in this community among some people to talk like you're an expert when, quite frankly, you don't have the slightest clue what's going on. But at least try to know what you're talking about before you start carrying signs. Gracious. I could just come out there sometimes with a baseball.